Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into, well, one of literature's most chilling and just enduring mysteries, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
It's a fantastic one.
Just imagine, if you will, this desolate moor, right? A family cursed for generations, a spectral hound. You can almost hear it baying, and then this beloved baronet found dead, his face just twisted in terror.
Yeah, and the big question is always, what's the truth? Is it really a ghost dog, or is something else going on?
Exactly. What is the truth behind a legend that seems to, defy all logic?
It's such a classic setup, isn't it? That whole tension between the supernatural and the need for a rational explanation, that's what pulls you in.
Right.
So our mission in this deep dive, it's really to go beyond just a plot summary of Conan Doyle's masterpiece. We want to pull apart those opening chapters.
Get right into the nuts and bolts.
Yeah, not just what happens, but how Holmes starts piecing things together, how these strange characters pop up, and how the tension builds, kind of subtly guiding us away from folklore towards, well, something chillingly human.
Precisely. We'll focus on those amazing deductions, the way suspects just emerge from the mist on Dartmoor and all those little twists that set the stage.
It's one of the greats for a reason.
Absolutely. So let's unpack it. Our terrifying journey, it actually begins with something surprisingly normal, almost boring. A walking stick.
It does, yeah. It arrives at Baker Street with Dr. Mortimer, the new client, and boom, right away, it shows us how Holmes works.
From just a cane.
Just a cane.
Yeah.
Holmes makes these, frankly, astonishing deductions about the owner before the guy barely says a word.
Okay, so a doctor, yeah, and his age. Fair enough. But the bit that always gets me, and I think this is a real aha moment for us, for you listening, in understanding Holmes, is the dog detail.
Oh, the curly-haired spaniel.
Exactly. How does he get that?
He looks at the teeth marks on the stick. Simple as that, but brilliant. He figures the jaw marks, they're too broad for terrier, but not broad enough for a mastiff.
That level of detail is just mind-blowing.
It absolutely is. And for Holmes, this isn't just showing off, it's his whole philosophy. Every tiny detail holds information. It's teaching us, the reader, to look closer.
Pay attention.
Right. And this little display, it's the perfect intro to the real mystery Dr. Mortimer brings. This ancient manuscript about the Baskerville curse.
Ah, yes, the curse. This is where the spooky stuff really kicks in. The manuscript tells this awful story about Hugo Baskerville way back.
During the Great Rebellion, yeah. Described as a wild, profane, and godless man. Sounds like fun.
He kidnaps a local girl, a yeoman's daughter.
Right, someone of a lower but still freeholding class. And she escapes. Hugo, well, he flips out. Swears he'd give his soul to the devil if he could catch her.
Charming.
His drunken buddies tell him to set the hounds on her, and off he goes, riding into the moonlight, chasing her down.
But the hunt goes wrong. Horribly wrong.
It does. Later, his friends follow him. They find his horse spooked, saddle empty. Then they find Hugo's own hounds, whimpering, scared, looking down into this little valley on the moor.
And what they find there, that's the origin of the whole nightmare, isn't it?
It is. They find the poor girl, dead from fear and exhaustion. And near her, Hugo Baskerville. But it's not just them.
No.
Standing over Hugo, tearing at his throat, is... the manuscript calls it a foul thing. A great black beast, shaped like a hound, yet larger than any hound that ever mortal eye has rested upon.
Gives you chills just hearing it.
And this beast turns its blazing eyes and dripping jaws on them. They scream, ride for their lives. And that's it. The curse is born.
And the legend says that ever since, Baskervilles have met these sudden, bloody, and mysterious deaths, plagued by this hound.
Which brings us right up to the present day in the story and the recent death of Sir Charles Baskerville.
Right. Officially, the coroner says natural causes, heart problems, nervous exhaustion. Makes sense, he was known to be unwell.
Seems straightforward enough.
But then Dr. Mortimer drops the bombshell in private, doesn't he? He tells Holmes that Sir Charles actually died of pure terror. His face was, convulsed.
Yeah, not a peaceful end.
And here's the kicker. Mortimer found a footprint, a gigantic hound footprint, about 20 yards from the body.
Wow.
But he kept it quiet, didn't mention it at the inquest.
And that's where you really see the conflict, right? Rational science versus this terrifying legend. His reasons make sense, sort of. He didn't want to look foolish endorsing superstition.
And he worried the hall would just sit empty if people thought it was truly haunted. Bad for the locals.
Exactly. He also confirmed Sir Charles was getting really anxious, convinced something awful was coming for him, wouldn't go on the moor at night. He was actually planning to leave for London, on Mortimer's advice, and Stapleton apparently agreed.
So we've got this terrifying legend, a really suspicious death, and a secret footprint. Enter Sir Henry Baskerville.
The last of the line, arriving from Canada.
Hmm.
Young, maybe a bit naive about what he's walking into.
But bam, almost straight away, he gets this really weird, ominous warning letter.
And the letter itself, it's another puzzle for Holmes.
Yeah.
It's cleverly done, actually. The message is, as you value your life or your reason, keep away from the moor.
Standard warning, maybe?
But how it's made is the clue. All the words are cut from a newspaper. The Times Holmes even spots, it was an article on tariffs, which is just so Holmes.
Yeah, of course he does.
But the word more, that's handwritten.
Okay, so what does Holmes get from that?
He doesn't just read the words, he reads the method. Nail scissors, short blades, gum used for pasting.
Right.
But more importantly, sent by an educated person trying to hide their handwriting. Someone in a hurry, agitated maybe, worried about being interrupted.
So right away, Holmes knows he's not dealing with some random thug.
Exactly. This person is cunning, meticulous, they understand how Holmes thinks, and they're trying to stay hidden. A worthy foeman, as Holmes calls them later.
And then there's that truly bizarre detail. The missing boots.
Yeah, that's weird even by Holmes standards. First, a new brown boot vanishes. Then it reappears. Then an old black one disappears.
Why? Why boots? Why does Holmes care so much about such a trifling thing?
Because nothing's trifling to Holmes. He instantly smells a practical reason behind it, not supernatural. This is key for us, for you listening. It tells Holmes, and us, that this isn't about ghosts. It's about a real, tangible plan.
Someone needed Sir Henry's scent for something.
Precisely. Though we don't know why yet. And speaking of human plans, the very next day they realize they're being followed.
The cab chase. Or, near chase.
Right. Holmes spots a man following Mortimer and Sir Henry in a cab. But then Holmes kind of messes up.
He admits it, too. Says he betrayed himself, was too eager.
Yeah, the mystery man, bushy black beard, that's all they see, gives them the slip, and then sends a message back via the cabbie, basically saying, I know you're on to me, Mr. Holmes.
Wow. That's bold. Who is this guy?
That's the question, isn't it? Clearly someone smart, connected to the Baskerville case and already aware of Holmes. This guy is good.
So good, in fact, that Holmes decides he needs to stay hidden. He sends Watson to Dartmoor instead.
Right. He wants to be the unknown factor. If the opponent knows Holmes is there, they'll be too careful. So Watson becomes our eyes and ears.
And Holmes tells him, observe everything, especially the neighbors, and crucially, report facts, not theories. Leave the guessing to me.
Sets the stage perfectly. Watson heads off to Dartmoor.
And the arrival at Baskerville Hall, it's pure Gothic, isn't it? Gloomy, imposing, ancient.
Oh, yeah. Large, lofty, dark wood everywhere. Dim and somber, as Watson puts it. Sir Henry feels the weight of it all, but there's also this touch of boyish excitement about owning his ancestral home.
But inside, suspicion falls pretty quickly on the servants, the Barrymores.
The butler and housekeeper. Longtime family retainers. But on the very first night, Watson hears Mrs. Barrymore crying her eyes out.
Bitterly sobbing, yeah. But Barrymore lies about it, says it couldn't have been her.
Clear lie. Watson sees her later, eyes all red and swollen. Instantly makes you wonder, what are they hiding?
Exactly. And then comes the stakeout. Watson and Sir Henry see Barrymore creeping around at night, holding a candle to a window overlooking the moor.
And a light answers back from the darkness. Very suspicious.
What is going on there?
Well, they confront him, and Mrs. Barrymore breaks down and tells the truth. The signal is for her brother.
Her brother. Who's out on the moor?
Selden. The Notting Hill murderer.
Yeah.
He's escaped from Princetown Prison.
The escaped convict. Of course.
The Barrymores have been secretly feeding him, hiding him, planning to help him get away to South America. Sir Henry and Watson, they feel sorry for Mrs. Barrymore, so they agree not to turn him in.
So that solves one mystery, but it's a classic red herring, right?
Yeah.
Makes us look at the Barrymores and Selden, distracts from the real danger.
Absolutely classic duel. And meanwhile, the moor itself is just menacing. Watson hears that eerie sound again.
The howling.
Yeah, that strange cry like a hound baying really unnerves both of them. And then Watson sees him.
Sees who?
This lone figure standing silhouetted on top of one of the ferry doors, one of those rocky hills out there.
Yeah.
At night. Looks soldierly.
Just watching. Another unknown player on the board. The moor feels crowded all of a sudden.
It does. It feels like it's closing in. And as Watson digs deeper, he meets the neighbors. The Stapletons of Merripit House.
Mr. Stapleton, the naturalist, the butterfly collector, and his beautiful sister, Beryl.
Stapleton seems friendly enough. offers a rational explanation for Sir Charles's death nerves. The legend saw some kind of dog, heart attack. Plausible, you know.
Seems plausible until Beryl corners Watson.
Oh, that's a huge moment. She grabs him, desperate, whispers with this slight lisp, "Go straight back to London instantly. Get away from this place at all costs."
Whoa, okay, that changes things. What is she so afraid of?
Exactly. It tells you immediately there's something deeply wrong with the Stapleton setup. And Watson notices Stapleton, too, how watchful he is when Sir Henry starts paying attention to Beryl.
Possessive, almost.
Yeah, despite apologizing for interrupting them, there's this undercurrent of control. And Stapleton also introduces them to the great Grimpen Mire.
The deadly bog.
Right. He claims he knows secret paths through it, where he finds rare plants and butterflies. But one wrong step, and you're gone.
Feels symbolic, doesn't it? Like Stapleton himself seems okay on the surface, but there's danger underneath.
Very much so. It's a great metaphor for the whole situation. Then we meet another neighbor, Mr. Frankland.
The eccentric old guy with the telescope, always suing people.
That's him. He's obsessed with spotting the escaped convict, Selden. And while ranting about his lawsuits and telescope sightings, he lets slip a crucial clue.
What's that?
He mentions seeing someone helping Selden delivering food. He thinks it's a child or a boy.
A small detail, but Watson jumps on it. Classic Holmes training kicking in.
Exactly. And that clue leads him straight to Mrs. Laura Lyons. Remember the burned letter fragment Mrs. Barrymore found with the initials LL?
Yes, in Sir Charles's fireplace.
Leads Watson right to her. Turns out she's Franklin's estranged daughter.
Yeah.
Deserted by her husband, trying to get by. Sir Charles had helped her. Stapleton, too, apparently.
Stapleton again, he seems connected to everything.
He does. And Laura Lyons reveals Stapleton led her to believe he was single and would marry her if she could get a divorce.
Okay, he's definitely slimy. What about the letter to Sir Charles?
At first, she denies asking Sir Charles to meet her that night.
Right.
But Watson presses her, and she finally confesses.
She did write the letter, asking him to be at the gate at 10 p.m., the time he died.
Yes. But, and this is huge, she says Stapleton dictated the letter to her. And then, later, he told her not to go to the meeting after all.
So Stapleton set up the meeting and then made sure she wouldn't be there as a witness.
Bingo. That points the finger squarely at Stapleton.
Yeah.
He orchestrated Sir Charles being out there alone at that specific time.
This is the moment the human villain really steps out of the shadows, isn't it?
Absolutely. The supernatural angle is just crumbling away, revealing this cold, calculated plot. And just as Watson figures this out, who should dramatically reappear?
Sherlock Holmes, hiding out on the moor all along.
In a prehistoric stone hut, no less. Watson stumbles upon his hiding place. Holmes explains he had to stay hidden, be that unknown factor. He got all of Watson's reports, found them invaluable, actually.
And the boy Franklin saw delivering food.
That was Cartwright, Holmes's young agent from London, bringing him supplies and news. Brilliant deception.
Pure Holmes. Playing the long game. And then he drops the real bombshells.
He does. First, Miss Stapleton isn't his sister. She's his wife, Beryl Stapleton.
His wife? No wonder she was terrified. No wonder he was so possessive.
Exactly. Holmes figured it out by tracing Stapleton's past. He used to be a schoolmaster named Vandeleur who disappeared after embezzling funds. It completely changes how we see their interaction.
It explains everything about Beryl's warning. And then the biggest reveal of all.
Stapleton is a Baskerville.
What?
He's the son of Sir Charles's younger brother, Roger Baskerville, who was thought to have died unmarried in South America.
So Stapleton is the next heir after Sir Henry.
Precisely. Holmes realized it when he saw the old family portrait of Hugo Baskerville. Stapleton is the spitting image of his wicked ancestor. The motive is crystal clear. Inheritance. Sir Charles and Sir Henry get them out of the way, and the fortune is his.
Chilling.
Yeah.
And the Hound, the glowing beast.
Not supernatural at all. Just a huge, savage dog Stapleton bought in London. The glow. Phosphorus paste applied to its muzzle and eyes. Makes it look terrifying in the dark.
Diabolical. And the missing boots.
To give the Hound Sir Henry's scent. So it attacked the right person. Every detail fits.
So Holmes has it all figured out. Now he just needs to catch him.
Right. He sets the final trap. Uses Sir Henry as bait one last time. They pretend to Watson and Holmes that they're going back to London, make Stapleton think the coast is clear. But they're actually lying in wait with Inspector Lestrade.
The climax on the moor. High drama.
Intense. And wouldn't you know it, a thick fog rolls in. Threatens to ruin everything. They can barely see a thing.
But the Hound comes anyway.
It does. Enormous black, glowing eyes, flickering phosphorus outlining its jaws. Terrifying sight. It leaps at Sir Henry, or who they think is Sir Henry.
That's not him.
No, in a horrible twist, the Hound attacks, the one wearing Sir Henry's old suit. It's Selden, the convict. Mrs. Barrymore had given him Sir Henry's cast-off clothes.
Oh, man. Tragic. Stapleton didn't care who died as long as it looked like the curse struck again.
Exactly. While Holmes and Watson shoot the Hound, Stapleton makes his escape. They rush back to Merripit House.
And find Beryl.
Tied up, gagged, beaten. She finally turns on him completely, confirms everything, tells him Stapleton fled to his secret hideout, an old tin mine on an island deep inside the Grimpen Mire.
Only reachable by paths he marked.
Right. They pursue him, but the fog is dense. Stapleton, panicked, presumably misses a marker in the dark.
And the mire claims him.
Gone forever, swallowed by the bog. Beryl later admits she removed the wands marking the path. A fitting end, really. Trapped by the very landscape he tried to manipulate.
Wow. So pulling it all together, this deep dive really shows how something that seems utterly supernatural can be peeled back layer by layer to reveal a horribly human explanation.
Absolutely. Every little clue, the walking stick, the boots, the letter, the initials, the family portrait, it all mattered. It underscores that power of observation, of deduction, over just giving in to superstition and fear.
It really does.
And maybe it leaves us, and you, with a final thought to chew on. What does it really take to see past a clever facade? To understand what drives people? Here we had unchecked ambition, incredible cunning, leading this educated man to become, well, almost monstrous.
Blurring the lines between man and beast, as you said.
Exactly. How often, maybe, do we look at something we don't understand and just label it inexplicable or even supernatural, when the real, perhaps darker truth lies hidden in simple, or not so simple, human motivation?